Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, it was 2 years ago this week. A precious life was cut short tragically. Kari Renee Hunt, resident of Marshall, Texas, was murdered by her estranged husband in a hotel. They were in the hotel room while the estranged husband was assaulting Kari, her 9-year-old daughter. While witnessing the murder, did what most parents teach their kids to do in an emergency. She dialed 911 and got nothing. Because what this precious 9-year-old, and the family hasn't used her name publicly, so I will not either, precious girl didn't know is what a lot of folks dialing 911 in that situation wouldn't know. You have to dial 9 before you can dial 911 in order to dial the 9 prefix in order to get an outside line. She didn't know that. She was desperately trying to get help to save her mother before the assault turned into murder. She never got help. Not in time. Well, Kari's father, Hank Hunt, has worked tirelessly to try to get something done. State legislature in Texas has enacted a law, but from the federal government end, we can make it universal across the country. And I do thank my friend Kevin Eltife for the work in the state legislature. Our bill is a little different. I was surprised to find out that actually most of the time there is no cost whatsoever to requiring that a phone be furnished to a business or a home or anywhere where there might be a need to punch 9 to get an outside line. There's no cost to having a default that you can dial 911 without the prefix. And it'll go straight to the emergency help. Once I learned that, it became clear there was no reason not to have a law that just tells providers, provide the phone so that the default when you dial 911 is to get emergency help, that you don't need a prefix to get an outside line. So today, after a lot of help, again thankful to Hank Hunt for his tireless work, a number of groups have made this easier to come together on language that was acceptable to most. A couple of objections, but this is the final language. So I want to thank Mark Fletcher with Avaya, American Hotel and Lodging Association, FCC Commissioner Pye, and the 9/11 Association. The bill we filed today is 4167. And as it says in the bill, the purpose is to amend the Communications Act of 1934 to require multi-line telephone systems to have a default configuration that permits users to directly initiate a call to 911 without dialing an additional digit, code, prefix, or postfix. That's the purpose. And it's a short bill, 3 pages. If it had been the law 2 years ago, help would likely have gotten there before Kari murder was final. So while this legislation will not reverse the heartbreaking loss of Kari, Kari's law should prevent it from happening again. And when it doesn't anything, why not? So I thank all of those who have helped. And actually, I want to thank the news media in East Texas for being so helpful in bringing attention to this issue and helping us get to the point where we are. Now we got to get it through committee, get it to the floor. And got senators that one particular looking at it to bring to the Senate floor so we can get this done, make it law. Been no veto threat on this bill, so I would doubt the president would refuse to sign it if we'd